Okay, never mind the mess here. Let's see what this thing looks like. Cool. Urine bucket. Now this kit that I bought, obviously it already has a liquids bucket, so this is an extra. Take a look. Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff in here. Hoses for the vents. This is a vent housing that you would normally put on the side of a structure. Got the handle for the agitator, whatever, cap for the liquids bucket. A couple more pieces here. I don't know, some stuff. Cute little bottle if you want to spray. Anyway, I'm gonna keep all that in there for now. And let's go test fit. All right, I need to still cut out a little bit of fiberglass back here so we're not pinching this hose. And I need to cut out some fiberglass here. That's where the spider handle needs to pass through on the side of the composting head, but I just kind of forced this back and squished that hose a little bit. This is kind of how it's shaping up. So that's kind of how it's gonna fit in there. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, let's see. Foot's in the way. It's good. Seems pretty strong. Cool. To mount the air vent for keeping the composting head dry, I think I might actually leverage the waste port, the pump out port that's already here on the boat and obviously no longer necessary now that I have no tank. I wonder if I can use this, or at least this area, this hole, to mount my vent. It would be cool if I could use this entire fitting because it's about the same size as the tubing that I have for the vent. Alright, so this is how much tubing I have to work with, reserving the necessary amount on the inside of the boat. And it's, if I just stretch it a little tiny bit, it is long enough to connect up to this. So I should be able to put a clamp on that, and then I won't need to use any PVC out here. So I'm gonna use this. Composting head kit I bought, this is what they provided as a vent, and it's really just a little plastic nut, a PVC pipe end cap with a hole drilled in it, and a PVC T-fitting where they glued in these little mesh vents, all glued to a piece of PVC pipe. I might be able to use this, or I might not. Depends on what I see at the hardware store. If I can find something the same threads as this that I could screw down into that pump out port, I might be able to make something kind of like this that'll work, because this is a little bit bigger than the 1-inch PVC, and this is a little bit fatter than this. Correction, this is 1.25 PVC and PVC fittings, so I know what I need to look for. So, as I suspected, this and this are 1.5 inch pipe thread. So what I found was this 1.5 inch male, 1.25 inch female adapter. So I'm gonna screw that in and then cut this down, but solvent weld this into here. Boy, that'd look really goofy if I left it that tall. It's not the right way to do this. Spread it all around. Good enough. That's a little extra precaution for water intrusion. And now I'm going to take this. How awesome is that? See how far she wants to go. Let's try to get her sideways. Perfect. There we go. With the special water cap on there. I'd say that's done. There's our air vent. So for inside the boat near the vent fan, you can use 1.25" PVC fittings, and they recommend using a street elbow, which has the female side that would mate up to 1.25" pipe, but then a male pipe end sticking out. It's very hard to find 1.25" PVC for some reason, but I managed to find this 1.25" regular elbow. So I'm going to make my own street elbow using a piece of this cut off 1.25" I borrowed from the outlet. So about that much. I really wish I had my miter saw with me. Clean it up a little bit. Okay, good enough. Let that end go. Out. Probably supposed to primer both pieces. I have a habit of only primering one piece. I also don't want purple showing. Primer's probably not even necessary in something like this. We don't even need it to be watertight. There you have it. 1.25" street elbow. Yep. So ignore the mess for now and the big gaping holes everywhere. We'll deal with that later. But this is where that hose is coming in from the sail locker. I'm using the existing route that was created probably by one of the previous owners of this boat to pass the air. It used to be for stinky water plumbing. And here's the other end of that hose. It needs to connect to this. Since I don't have a lot of room there, I I took the option of adding the 1¼ inch street elbow, which I had to create on my own, and I'll connect that up to that hose. Yet totally not even necessary to use a hose clamp. This is going to fit on nice and tight. And then, by the way, here's the port for the 12 volts for the fan, which is right in here. Fan blows out. I hate that it has to make these two 90-degree bends, but oh well. And then over here is another port that is the intake. So fresh air goes in, blows out, goes out into the sail locker, and ultimately through the deck. And then provided is this single pin connector wire that I can plug into that and then connect up to a 12 volt power source. There's no fuse in there. And we can see that there's nothing here, right there, plugged into it. So that is going to be our composting head exhaust fan, as well as the sump pump for the shower basin. Now that that's there, the fan should be running. It is. Off. On. It's blowing. Quiet little thing. Good output. Out here, I can feel it. That's a stronger flow than I ever would have expected. I put the spider handle on, which when spun goes and mixes up compost